So with these ways, is the way to do it, and these are circles that are connected to the earth like the medicine wheels. And these wheel ceremonies are here. So we got a medicine wheel over here, spinning with energy. We got a medicine wheel with fire. We got another medicine wheel right here. This is the sweat lodge. It has 12 spokes, or 12 willows going over, 12 trees holding this together. And then we put a 13th one over the back, right over the, to represent the center, to represent 13 sounds and tones, and then 12 or 13 thunder beings, and the middle thunder being is known as the Great Spirit, who represents all the colors of the light out of the darkness that's in the white, opalescent light. So all the opalescent light in the white comes out of the black. And then all those colors now come into play, and that white opalescent light and being is known as the Great Spirit that controls and commands the thunder and the lightning that is the life force energy of the planet. So underneath my name, Blue Thunder, that's what I was doing to help bring truth and wisdom to cut through the cords of falseness and darkness, to bring the truth, to promote peace for the planet. And for myself first, to find so much peace in myself was a task that was up for me to do, and so through me I did that, and so the representation is learning to have so much love in our heart that vibrates like the energy force field and electrical current vibrations and the megahertz energy of a rose's vibration. So the rose's vibration is so high with current that when we're in the heart of the rose, that's a powerful electrical charge, and when your heart's open, you could heal a lot of things because you become magical with your thoughts. And then your thoughts could, when you're moving and dancing, you think about rain, you shapeshift the elements to turn into rain. And then it does. And then how do we heal people with our thoughts? So we shapeshift the elements in a person that's ill and sick to turn and shapeshift around to become the original DNA blueprint that it is. And then we vibrate it with sound and tones and chants and put prayers and thoughts in with decrees and intentions known as prayer. And then while we're doing it in here, we're now clearing and cleaning the body, which is the elements of the earth. So we are, human nature, and now we're working with Mother Nature, so we're healing her elements. When we're healing her elements, we are her elements, so we're actually healing ourselves. So when we walk healthily, the planet turns healthily. And that's what we're teaching, is to be healthy attitude, healthy thoughts, eat healthy food, drink pure water, which is more healthier, and all pure products. And then the plant medicines without any contaminants or things that has been imprinted into it by societies today that have done these things to manipulate our medicines that are keeping us sick and ill, along with the foods. And now we pray and clean all of their actions out of the environment that keeps replaying, that they keep consented in. Once we stop and clear the energy of what they're doing in the force fields out of the environments, then it will stop, and we'll have an easier, gentler process to move into heaven upon earth with the new technology, new information. There'll be new government, new finances, education, and that technology, and it's coming, and it will be what it's going to be. So it's birthing itself into existence slowly, that all of humanity is starting to wake up and figure this out, and no one gets left behind. It's only those that it's a recycling process, so everyone comes back. So like the many teachers said, our spirit and life is forever. I'm immortal, for I return over and over. So you come back in another body, or you may come back in a time and remember in a time that you live for maybe 10 or 15 or 20,000 years. So in this lifetime, we're going to live 800 years, maybe 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. Whatever it's going to be, there's beings that's communicating with us that are over 20 and 30,000, 50,000 years old. And that's how we are. We're going to become that because that's the way it's going to be. Because we've been told, because the energy's changing, everything's shape-shifting, and we're communicating with the ancestors, Mother Earth, the planets, the stars, the moon, and the sun, and it's given us information. And that's what we do as Native Americans. Now other cultures are getting the same information, so what we're asked to do by the Great Spirit and the ancestors and our cultures was to share all information and wisdom with everyone. Share every thought and emotion and information about all the ceremonies, how the fire would work, how the altar would work, how the sweat lodge would work, and teach the electrical magnetic energy and the power, how the power works. And that's what most people are looking for, is to learn how the power works, to gather the power. And the power, once we find peace underneath the heart of the rose and become that vibration of the rose and drop our negative thoughts and emotions, then our negative thinking patterns go away, which represents the thorns falling off the rose. When there's no thorns on the rose, and you're like the rose in your heart, you can't harm yourself anymore because you learn to drop all your negative thoughts and actions and emotions. And that's the representation of the thorns falling from the rose. And that when you got the heart of the rose, now you're a peaceful being, and now you're a great teacher and a wisdom carrier, because whatever you ask for, you're channeling information, asking for information from the trees, the rivers. You can call anyone that's ever lived in the past. You could call the Buddha, you could call Jesus, you call this being Jesus, and he has many names. You could call God, the Creator, you could call Kuan Yin, you could call Mother Mary, you could call Pele, you could call anyone, and they would hear your call and they would come. But if we're in a low vibration, anger and resentment and lying and deceiving and fear and having ups and down emotions, we're not going to be able to hear the voices of this sacredness that's coming to help us. So what we're asking people to do, and why this is very important, because their children are communicating and their adults have no idea that they're actually communicating with beings that they can see, but they're in such a low vibration they can't see those beings they're playing with, because they're in a vibrational force fields that matches the children's force fields, because the kids are so loving and kind, and so are those beings. And now they have what they call make-believe playmates. Well, they're not make-believe, they're real. So this is the interpretation of understanding the knowledges of this. In the next days to come, we're going to go in the lodge,